okay, you know what? We can still talk a little bit.
But,
That's true.
But first, Ruben is back.
Hello,
We're
Ruben.
generally done with the game.
Yeah, we're generally done with the game.
So you can finally go to sleep.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Yes.
Y'all are really bad with time management.
I know. I actually.
It's just, you know, Ruben, we woke up today because of fucked up biorhythm at 17 or something. So for us, it's early morning.
I get that. No
But
worries.
for you, it's not.
I wanted to actually wake up earlier, but you were like, get back into bed and cuddle. She demanded that. She was very ravenous.
Well, you helped other people the last days.
Weak.
Yeah, you helped other people out the last days, and so we didn't get much sleep. And the biorhythm got changed a lot.
Girl,
So we needed to get some sleep back.
Hello, Beyond. How are you doing?
See you guys later then.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, Ruben.
Night.
Good night.
I mean, you know what? Considering we probably will talk a little bit to end this out, you want to join the talk? I mean, you don't need to even do stuff. We just talk like a little bit then to end this out. Just for shits and giggles. The host has left. Yeah, so you just see this game now. I have no audio. Oh! You know what? No, then we could maybe talk. Who knows? We'll just
Beyond, you know what you need to do? You need to put us, have us stream us on the TV at the bar. Now everybody can hear what we're doing.
But yeah, what are we looking at? What kind of cursed shit are we looking at here? So first of all, we know power blocks. We should look at the power blocks. We have the Middle Eastern Coalition, which owns Canada and Scandinavia.
Yeah.
But most of Canada and Scandinavia, except the Iron Confederacy that just exists thanks to Ruben. Good job, Ruben. You can't hear us, but good job, Ruben. Then we have the Y Team. Great start of the great name for the Confederate States of America. The Confederate States almost.
Just open it.
What?
Just open the power block.
The Y Team, which owns Mexico and is basically, I guess, the United States now.
They're very ununited in cohesion, though.
Yeah. We have Nobody Expects. The League of Nobody Expects.
If you want to show a power block, show it properly.
Yeah. Nobody Expects, which owns...
Nobody expects the Iberian power block.
You cannot own Iberia,
By the way,
Occitania.
Take a look at my statue.
Oh, okay, wait. Did you build one?
Yeah.
Wait a second.
There's one in Toledo. There should be a few in the Philippines and Japan as well.
One in Toledo. Where is that?
Central Spain.
Madrid, Central Spain.
Here.
Central Spain.
This is central. Yeah.
The center, the dead center of the frickin'
Is
peninsula.
that a kraken?
Yes.
Obviously, you
I actually
took
don't remember what exactly I built.
fish. You built a big fish.
Yeah. Violent fish. Yeah.
Violent fish. Yes. What's your statue actually?
I don't know. Didn't build it, but if you want to review power blocks, you can look at, if you go here on that icon, you can see also the junior block members and the mandates and stuff.
Yeah, so you have transportation infrastructure, external trade, militarized industry, construction 3. Yeah, the United States of Europe, that own Punjab, Chile, Ottoman Empire, Colombia.
I thought it was about a power block, then it's...
The League of Preferential States.
Yeah.
The League of Preferential States, which have a big stake in South America and South Africa. And just kind of bullied their way into Arabia. I mean, what should I say? There's the Iberian East India Company, which is funny, and Arab East Africa, which is also very funny naming. Persia is, border war. Just finest border war.
That's historically accurate.
It is. Persians. Seriously, you just needed this one part from the Russians, and you would have had a land connection.
Yes.
Which would be very, very funny, actually.
We still could do it.
Yeah,
If
Russia...
we would play, but we won't.
We won't. Russia, honestly... they survived. I mean, they are now actually just a minor
They
power.
got bullied, and the borders are more correct. But,
Holy shit!
yeah,
They even have their historical character, Tsar Alexander Romanov.
Yeah, all their stars have been
God.
historical. Yeah.
That is impressive.
That is impressive considering what a shit show the rest of the world is.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure they've kept their historical tsars the entire game. Like I've looked at them a bunch of times, and it's always been the real historical
Yeah,
rulers.
That means that they've also survived. That this Russia survived all of their revolutions that they had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
I mean,
weren't very
This
many.
Russia didn't have
but
revolutions.
they were big enough.
I mean, Ukraine exists, which is,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, I took care of that when we were going after Austria.
I mean, the Qing also, okay, Shukasha, as in Joe Russo, they're fake, so I guess we could say the Qing managed, and I think they are owning Korea, they even incorporated
Diplomacy.
Korea.
diplomacy, then you know. Not
The
that
diplomacy.
No, Korea diplomacy, way easier.
Korea diplomacy, they're a vessel.
You literally see that.
Yeah,
you
they're-
don't need to look down there.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Iberia owns Japan and Borneo and the Philippines, so Uluru exists. Cool. They're great. I am big shout out to Uluru and their flag. I like that flag. They're insignificant,
And
but good.
What's nice is that Uluru and to a somewhat kind of extent, Victoria, both managed to do that on their own.
Yeah.
I mean, Chile helped out with Victoria and its independence, but
And also, like, we helped out by keeping Britain in check, mainly by keeping them off Britain. There's
unless you call it what it is, we just bullied Britain at one
yeah,
point.
there is no Britain more on Britain. Scotland is free, Ireland is free, the Welsh are free.
The Prussia is now, the North German Federation is just an insignificant power. There's basically just a little bit of Prussia left.
Yeah.
As it should be.
If we would play further, I could probably puppet
The rest.
Russia and stuff.
Yeah.
Or someone else would puppet them.
Scandinavia is owned by me. I could get Russia actually.
You could?
Yeah, that's, you know what? We did something impressive. Like, you know, I mean, this was set out to be, you know, we're forming nations because, you know, it's the second anniversary. Let's do all the fun stuff they patched in. We didn't get stuff like, you know, Poland or, you know, the Polish coalition or Danube states. You know that.
I mean,
Federation
Poland
of
exists,
the Andes.
but
What?
Poland exists.
I mean, yeah, but like the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
That one would be
But
cool.
we got Ukraine. We got Japan got annexed.
I suppose also incorporated.
It was like I think it was like 10 years out of being incorporated.
Yeah,
something like
16
that.
years. I see it. It's like
16. Yeah.
it would be incorporated at the end.
Apparently, I waged so
It
much
would either
war.
be incorporated at the very end or near the end.
I mean,
apparently, I waged so much war. The North Germans and the English are more numerous than the North Italian.
wow.
The South Italians are even less.
Oh wow.
Probably way too radical.
I mean, here's the thing. What I want to say about Japan is that, I mean, they stole basically tea. They basically stole, you know, deep frying from the Spanish anyway. So, you know, just taking back what's rightfully Spain's. But yeah, Arabia's a thing. We finally have managed to do the United States of Europe and Arabia and Iberia. And we split up England to the point that they are now just the Falkland Islands. This is still the funniest bit, that they are just the Falkland Islands. This is the funniest
So
bit
good.
of it all. Brazil exists still, so you know they managed, I guess. You know, heads up. Like I think, let's crown some you know, NPC winners: Russia, Great Qing, and Brazil. I think in that order because the Great Qing usually implode more. Russia, holy shit, you still have the Romanovs. Hats off to that. And Brazil, you exist, considering there was Chile and Iberia around you. and the United
Thing
States.
is,
If we were to continue,
I never really went after Brazil. Like Brazil was actually a decent like co-belligerent a couple times, and after that, I just was never really interested in conquering them because I was mainly just focused on the
Yeah.
Pacific coast. So I just never
Yeah.
never bothered going after Brazil because I had no
Mexico
reason
is
to.
a little weird with Utah and New Mexico. I guess that's just the border now. That's just the border now. But you know, on the other hand, there covers only Rio Grande and Veracruz.
Yeah.
So I just
Gesundheit.
suppose they want to make they just want to go on vacation there.
I mean, all the big countries would be annexed
Ah, damn it.
in the next decades anyway. Like Brazil will be
Yeah,
annexed by
like-
someone. Russia.
I would probably split. I might either take it all or split it with Chile for Brazil.
Yeah, like if you went after Brazil, I would have happily just been like, yeah, I'll take whatever you're not taking. It's just I never had any reason to attack them myself.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
probably would
Yeah.
have just puppet them and then I'll mark it anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Great Qing, yeah, they fall real easily. Just conquer a bit of their coastal provinces and then the next time you can puppet them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was, I would say, one hell of a successful, one hell of a fun project. Yeah, like it slowed down a lot because again, migrations and wars, and Britain, and now it probably would run a lot smoother until the end, but we probably won't do that. So until and next time, there's gonna be Pivot of Empire. Holy shit! I have to play India.
How terrifying.
It's terrifying indeed.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, we now have to. Oh god, we have to end this.
And we have to decide what we want to play, except you.
Oh yeah, you know
we
what?
could
Let's talk about
talk
that.
about that right now on
Yes.
stream. Yeah.
How about that? I mean, yeah, India. Hi.
So, if we're thinking about smaller nations, maybe one of us could try for the Transylvania event. Basically, the best way that I've heard to do this is to play Wallonia, somehow find a way to liberate Transylvania,
Mm-hmm.
and then as soon as you get nationalism, you can press a button to create a crown, whatever, like the whatever it is that's the royal like puppet system, where like your monarch is the monarch of the other nations as well. That
Personal
one.
union, sovereign
Personal
empire.
union. Personal unions. There's a button that you can press in a journal entry that basically creates a personal union with all Romanian type states. So that would be Transylvania, Moldova, and Wallachia. It does require you to have good relations with all of the great powers in the strategic region, but all you have to do is just have them be cordial with you, and you instantly just take the territory, and then you can just form the nation right after. So there's that option. Someone could play the Dutch East Indies. That would be an interesting like side piece because they kind of get some of the benefits of the DLC from the colonial revisions, like the general colonial revisions. Cape Colony might also be an interesting one, depending on how much they change. Yeah. At the very least, Cape Colony will be more interesting than it used to be.
True. You know what I never did, which I could try? I could just play Belgium and stay small, mostly. Just playing
Yeah.
a tall game. Then it won't lag so much.
Unless, of course, you're doing the massive trade empire stuff, in which your trade ends up lagging it. Who knows?
That's the problem, right? Or just being a migration haven, which creates more minority pop entries. Which creates the same problem.
Well,
So it could. So there are probably ways to. It might be a bit different with the update because of the new system for the new discrimination system.
Oh, hopefully.
Let's see. I mean, someone could play playing Canada would be a possibility.
yeah. Hey, bye.
Maybe play, yeah. So we've got potential countries to play, being the Dutch East Indies, India's for Nya, and then Canada, I guess. Basically, I guess this would be like a colonial game. Like colonies into revolting. And seeing what we can do with that. Which I think we had the idea for this, I think, as like our third session, I think is what it was. But we never really did any. We abandoned it quickly because I think Nya was Australia and.
Yeah, basically, no. We all played. Basically, we all played subjects in Britain, and because
Yes.
Agonia played Britain, she just sucked everyone to her. Even though, like, I could have the best economy, she had a better economy, so everyone moved there, which is just stupid.
They're good paying jobs, Because of labor saving
But there
PMs.
was also
You could, it's like, oh, you could live in Melbourne, but then, like, you know what? Suburbs of Manchester. That's the shit. That's the shit. Everyone moved there. It's like, okay. Good. I'm not mad in the slightest. So, like, if we're trying to, if you're trying to be someone that, breaks free of overlords, I think we can do that, as long as no one plays Britain. And, or,
No one
makes
plays
it-
the overlord.
no one plays the overlord, or,
Yeah, because players in the market will fuck everything up.
Okay,
Yeah.
I would also make the extra addition that no one should, that Agonia should not play the Brits, anyone in the British market, because even if you're playing Canada, you would just start sucking up the economy again.
That's why I'm suggesting how about I'm playing Belgium?
Belgium, why?
Then I'm a small...
Belgium, Congo, and yeah.
I mean,
I'm small. I probably won't be that big. I'm trying not to go too big, okay?
Oh, interesting thing. Agonia would be subject to the.
I
new
never
treaty.
said Belgium Congo, Zep. I said Belgium.
Oh no! I said sorry. If you're Belgian Congo, that was the thing that I was mentioning separately. Like that's something that you could do in the game is try and form that. But that's aside from things. In the opening years of the game, you would be subject to the Treaty of London.
oh yeah, right.
Where it's the thing where they decide the borders of the whole setup between the Belgians, the Dutch, and the people of Luxembourg. Like, is Luxembourg big? Is Luxembourg tiny? Does Luxembourg belong to
Exist.
someone else? Yeah.
I'm just starting a new game and see.
I know it's not the game now, but it's in the update.
That's actually a good suggestion. So yeah, maybe
Could
you
be
should.
terrible, but yeah.
Maybe you should just play Belgium.
Yeah.
I still have a problem, I feel, and I kind of wanted to say, why are you not playing Korea? But you know what? Play Belgium. What else? Wants everyone else to play? Anyone wants to maybe try Australia or Canada?
I can do
don't know,
either
like-
of those.
Are we going to do colonial countries that started? Because I was also thinking maybe could try like playing Shewa and doing Ethiopia.
Yeah,
I
why
don't know if
not?
that's a good
Actually
idea.
do that.
Yeah.
Like it's probably a bit easier
Yeah.
for you.
Okay.
You still
Yeah,
learn.
I tried doing that in single player a couple times, and I always sort of like overextended and collapsed. So I need to be a bit more cautious.
Sounds good.
I've learned that much, but it's
No,
maybe.
that sounds good.
If
So
you
we
feel comfortable,
Yeah.
if you feel comfortable doing that, then I'd say do it. I think for like it's whatever's most entertaining would be
Mhm.
would be what she should do.
I'm playing
For
India.
Yoni and it should be something a little bit more reserved.
Mm.
Although I feel comfortable playing that way anyways, so that's easy. That's not difficult for me. But for you and Ruben, I'd say whatever you're feeling comfortable playing would. So like if you have something that you've been practicing, you don't necessarily have to subscribe to the theme or the goal. Like you can stabilize yourself with something comfortable and then kind of do something along the lines of the goals. Like maybe, I mean, I don't know if Ethiopia would have this journal entry, but the create colonial state thing for the
I don't know if
scramble
that might
for
be
Africa.
generic. That might be a generic thing.
It is a
Yeah.
generic thing, but because of the new colonial administration laws and setups, that might be an interesting thing.
Yeah,
for you to do,
yeah.
like where you create the where you go for the to collect all of East Africa, basically,
Yeah.
which will put you into a fight with Britain, which one of us will be in a fight with Britain anyways, which would just work out anyways. So yeah. So you could do that. You could do, yeah, that wouldn't be a problem. Then we could put Ruben on something that you would feel comfortable doing.
Yeah.
Maybe he could do maybe he could try and do Scandinavia again, like his first game.
This is like
actually
his.
try and colonize places.
It's his Alamo. Like he always tries to do Scandinavia. Just,
Yeah, it didn't work.
Well,
so
as long
well.
as he doesn't, as long as Ruben doesn't join the Italian market, he should.
Luckily, that isn't that easy anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we have things that we could do. I could either do the Dutch East Indies or Korea if you want me to do Korea. I don't know how. I haven't played Korea before myself, so I guess I'd be going in a little blind. But sure, what?
I mean, I
What's
fail
the-
at Korea. That's why I would be like, hey, what can someone do with who is a bit better than me? What could you do with Korea? It would be interesting to see strong Korea for once in a game. So
I mean, I have some ideas. It would probably take a while, and I'm not sure if I'd end up boosting China too much. But sure.
I mean, maybe there's great opium wars against the Brits then.
this time, I guess, you know, America isn't
No,
constantly.
against the Brits.
I don't know. But maybe something happens this time. I mean, last time my biggest problem was, hey, I'm waiting for the opium wars that never came because America was like, give us Wales, Britain, give us Wales and Cornwall, give us Wales and Cornwall, Britain. Britain was like, Lord, let me go.
You see, that was the timeline that the U.S. realized that Wales still had the coolest flag in the world.
Yeah.
So they decided, of course, that the U.S., the greatest nation in the world, has to have the greatest flag in the world.
Well,
That's why they went
I was
for Wales.
I like to think that they went after whales because they know that whales are for whaling stations, and whaling stations produce oil, so they're going after the oil, which obviously isn't whales.
Honestly, this is my favorite trope that any kind of oil is just like USA. Hey, do you need some freedom? Italians, ah, yes, olive oil. Americans, I smell some liberation for freedom.
Time to liberate Olive Stan.
I'm sorry, I'm not sighing at what you said. Although I should be really. I just saw apparently Coca-Cola's annual Christmas commercial is AI,
Oh.
and it's
And they
kind
wanted
of
to,
obvious.
by the way, they wanted to put make it tell a story how, like, okay, back in school, so there was someone who just, okay, at school there was someone who just didn't shower a lot for some reason, okay, and so at some point someone a lot of people were kind of fed up with that because smells and stuff, but someone was basically saying, like, roughly translated, dude, your hair's so greasy, the USA would enact freedom on it.
I mean, oily, basically.
Yeah, oily, yeah. It's like, he showered afterwards, by the way. That left a mark.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, you know what? Yeah, fuck Coca-Cola. Drink Fritz Cola. And I guess
Yes.
Pepsi. Pepsi just wins out again. I generally think Pepsi was better anyway. But yeah, Fritz Cola. Drink Fritz Cola. And Pepsi, I suppose. Don't drink Dr. Pepper. It's like, I don't know what this is, but don't drink it.
Drink Pepsi. They were able to work with communists. They came to trade deals with them.
You know what? I really hope Pepsi just releases a commercial that's like, we paid people for this fairly. There are workers out there who will have a good Christmas because we paid them fairly and didn't use some machine algorithm to do this.
I hope they do have a reply commercial for the Coca-Cola commercial because I really hope that they're itching to actually have a win on commercials after they had that really concerning and troublesome commercial that showed back in like 2019 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you mean the one with the riots?
Yeah, the one with the riots.
Oh yeah.
That.
Honestly,
they've been very quiet since then.
Fair point. Honestly, this is really like the easiest dunk they could ever do. They just be like, we paid people for that, and then they could just actually just do like, and hey, this one is the guy cutting it. This one is the guy, and he gets so much for that. This is what honest business and good work looks like.
Also, Zed, what did you mean was the good company in the Netherlands? Hello.
So Philips is pretty good because there's innovation.
Yeah, but you said there was a good construction company, I think.
Yeah, let me load it up again because
Do you mean the steel company?
I think I mean the steel company.
Ah. Yeah, that gives construction
There's
efficiency.
There's also the Dutch East Indies company, the oil company for Dutch East Indies. Which
Yeah, there was it.
So like you would need to annex the Dutch East Indies.
Well, but I mean, it's kind of funny to think. But yeah, I'd say Coca-Cola. Fuck that. But then again, I have not drank Coca-Cola in a long time. Because it's just
because it tastes different. Like it tastes completely different depending on what container you get it from.
Yeah, true, but also like, I mean, even here most of it is just, you know what? It's just too sweet. It like Coca-Cola is just sweet, and like I mean,
so
yeah.
My response. The funny thing is, from my memory, the Coca-Cola that I tasted when I was in the Netherlands was sweeter than the Coca-Cola that I have here in the U.S.
Wouldn't surprise me. It like this one is really sweet. Hello Ryan, by the way. Welcome to ending out and planning for the next round with our completely fucked up world where with the United States of Europe, Iberia, Arabia, England is was basically split out Scotland, Ireland, Wales, and Cornwall. The rest was conquered by Europe, except Britain still exists, Guess where they are? That's right, their capital is the fucking Falkland Islands.
It's their only incorporated state.
The only incorporated state is the fucking Falkland Islands. Persia's border core. And also, when you're like, oh, that's Scandinavia. No, this is Scandinavia owned by me. Arabia owns Scandinavia and the Hudson Bay Company. So, like, basically all of Canada is Arabic. To be real, that sounds about right.
Yeah. It's Scandarabia.
We also have the Iberian East India Company and Arab East Africa. So, good work on this one.
Europe started as Sardinia Piedmont. No.
Yeah, this isn't Germany. The North German Federation is an insignificant power up here. Oh, Ukraine exists. Also, Austria is Hungary, but still called Austria, and Poland.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was Sardinia Piedmont. This is Italy. We'd set the world afire before we'd let go of the Falklands. Yeah, fair point. That is what saved Margaret Thatcher's ass, even. But yeah, I mean, yeah, no.
Not that anyone wanted Margaret Thatcher's ass.
Yeah, I don't know what they're sweeten it with here. I know in Mexico it's corn. I think it's in Europe / Germany they're using sugar beet syrup, because that's the sweetest, like sugar beets. And yeah, it's just like Coca-Cola is just extremely sweet here, and that is the main reason why I like drinking Pepsi, because it's just not that sweet, you know? It's just that. I mean, I'd say also a good one is Africola. And I wouldn't say it's my favorite, it's just a good cola, you know? The best one is Fritz Cola, anyway. Also
Yes.
Hamburg, anyway. But like a bunch of North German ones are good. But Africola is good, I'd say. Africola is good. It's a solid one. Then it depends if you like it. Probably if you grew up with it. But they also have it without it. And that's how's the East German one called again? Vita Cola. So in Vita Cola, the main thing is they put a bit of lemon in there. That's how it is done usually. So if you like that idea, it's not a bad one. I think we had it on when we went to Berlin. I was like, try the East German cola. It wasn't bad. It's not bad. It's just not.
Oh
bad.
yeah, we did try that. Yeah.
It's not bad, right? It's just.
Yeah, it's fine.
The thing is, if we talk about the worst cola, it's still Dr. Pepper. I just tried it again, and no. I actually still have a can of Dr. Pepper here, so I might just drink it tomorrow or so. Who knows? Ooh. Shivering at the thought. But yeah, it's Coca-Cola is just fucking sweet, and like, you know what? I didn't drink it anyway. Like that an AI commercial. That's just like holy shit. Never read the room apparently, but also just more reasons not to drink it. It wouldn't even surprise me if they really piss off a lot of people right now.
Unfortunately, like I think like there's a lot of pushback against AI online, but out in the wider world, I think most people don't from what I've seen, and like in with people who are more offline, people don't really care. Some of them may not know about it, and some of them are just kind of they don't realize the problems with AI. So it's.
I mean, I think
there's not as much awareness as there should be, sadly.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference is more like how should I say it? It depends on if it affects people. Like for example, I can say my mother, for example, is she's mostly offline, but she really likes art and shit, and so like she fucking hates AI because she, for example, has some abstract artwork at home, and like she's like, no, that's actual real abstract artwork. That's where work got in. It's not shitty AI, and like and I think the big part is that AI in the mainstream use is very, very much not done, because the feedback to it was also not good. Like Yeah, I heard of that. But can I Ryan is asking if we heard of the poison images people are uploading. I think the big part is that like the reaction to AI was usually negative. So for example, like basically they tried doing that, and with the how's it called? With the intro of that one Disney Plus series of the spy.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking
And
about.
and the feedback was just people fucking hated it. So basically,
Yeah.
Disney hasn't touched that shit so far. Which is like, yeah, people can see when.
Disney and Marvel were one of the first groups to start moving away from AI. They're not fully away from it, but they've
Yeah, I
realized
think-
that they can't use it to make good stuff.
Yeah, it's like I think the thing is that with AI, I think a lot of especially big companies, that are not run by idiots, know what the limits of AI are. And
Yeah.
for example, like I think there's a big part where I would say in like the one investors call from EA, where they basically have to sell what they're doing to idiots. Like, let's just be real. Investors are fucking idiots. Companies repeatedly lie to them. Like when people say, oh yeah.
Oh wait, no, sorry, you said EA. I thought you meant Ubisoft.
No, EA. Look, they were like, EA also said like 2 years ago, yeah, NFTs and such will be the core of our future,
God.
and then they did fuck all.
Remember how they announced some game said NFTs will be incorporated and they'll be like, and they were hyping it up so much, and I'm just like, you don't hear a thing about that
Yeah,
game anymore.
and the thing is when I said, you know what, I will believe if some, Ubisoft definitely tried it more, but also,
Oh yeah,
just fun fact, their NFT game
Ubisoft-
launched, and
Ubisoft executives are insanely, they're like insanely stubborn.
yeah, it's like, you know
Evidence
what?
being the statement that their director put out the other day.
Yeah, I think
They can't grasp the idea that they might be wrong. Like
Yeah.
they are successful, therefore they are correct. They have done things right, and therefore everything
Yeah.
they do is right.
Okay.
And if someone tells them no, what you're doing is wrong, like they're not the boss, so how can they be right?
Can I say one
It's just
thing?
it breaks their brain. Yeah.
This is actually in some areas this was a success for them because, for example, with a lot of their multiplayer endeavors, like, it started with Rainbow Six Siege, and then For Honor and such. Yeah, For Honor is 8 years long now, and they're making money from it. Like being stubborn on this thing will have success if we keep supporting it was a thing, that yeah, they were just we have to keep at it, else like I think they're also like in year 6 of the Division 2, and hell, we talked about maybe playing the Division 2 again, because
Yeah.
the thing is just stubbornness in keeping games alive kept them a very steady audience. So I can at least understand why they're doing it, even though it is very funny that the NFT game launched, and one person found out how to completely break the game because basically if you wanted to match it, because it's a multiplayer game, it's like a multiplayer game where you have like 3 heroes and they're all unique, NFTs, and someone basically made it so that if you log in, you instantly get matched with him and lose, and turned the whole game into an unplayable grind where only he profits from. Or she. They. I don't know who's it. But what a legend. The game is unplayable and it just keeps happening. And they we banned him and then he came back. It's just like, holy shit. It's just unplayable. Like, if you want to know how is it going with the Ubisoft NFT game, it is unplayable beyond belief. It's just keep in mind. But yeah, when I'm like, oh hey, what companies tried doing NFTs? It was Square Enix, absolute stupid people who sold off their Enix part basically. Again, a joke. Yeah, obviously it's unsurprising, but it's still very very funny. But yeah, other big ones they were Activision said, oh yeah, we're doing it, and then they went back to Call of Duty. Like, the thing is, keep in mind, Call of Duty would probably be the perfect game to push NFTs, and they didn't do it. Overwatch would be a great game to do that, because like if you're like, oh, this is a unique skin, just one in the world, and you know they sell via NFT. The Overwatch community is probably one of those like really weird ones where they would just hump for it because like, but it's cool.
No one sucks Overwatch's dick more than Overwatch fans.
Yeah, they're like, holy
That's
shit.
weird.
I mean, I still want to try to play the classic version because we should do that as with as a full community, like 6-stack, Winston on the point, just eat. We should do that just together, have fun.
How about Division 2?
I didn't buy it actually when it was on sale.
Yeah, fair.
Sorry.
I didn't either.
So no, but
But
you know the thing
I
is,
hope that explains how little I want to engage with Overwatch.
Yeah, I get. It's just.
So did you ever play the original one, like when it came out?
I played on a friend's console.
Yeah. The thing is just.
Yeah.
Currently, for 3 weeks, they reverted everything to launch settings. Only launch maps, only launch heroes, and launch abilities.
And rules.
And rules. So, like, yeah, this is what I wanted to say. Like,
So
if we
you
get,
can,
like...
so you can make everyone Bastion on the payload.
Yeah. And this is why I wanted to, like, say, hey, maybe as a server, we should just sit down together. Because, yeah, fuck Overwatch. Fuck Blizzard. I'd still want to play that with a group because it was just launch Overwatch was special. Sorry, that one was just fun. You know what? Maybe we're playing it and we're realizing it. Actually, this was ass all the whole time. It would be interesting. I doubt it because again, it was actually kind of fun. But yeah, I would love to see that set up with the server. But anyway, they could have done that and they didn't. 6 times Soldier 76. Yeah, that's nasty. Also, the fact that Pharah had... Oh my god, I want to play Pharah again. Because she had splash damage back then. You didn't need to pinpoint with rockets. Because... but that's more pro play. Fuck you, Blizzard. Fuck you.
Not even the pros wanted that.
Yeah, they didn't wanted that. But they're like... But this is more skill-based. And like...
But thus, nobody played Pharah ever again.
Yeah, but in turn, you can now stay in the air forever. And I just said that, being like, no one asked for that. The whole point of Pharah was you played her like a Quake 3 character. How can you fuck up so much? Yeah, that's actually why I want to maybe play it again. That sounds actually just... God damn it, do I still have it installed? I need to check. 6 times Reinhardt Roman Turtle Phalanx. Yes! That is amazing. Yes, that is amazing. Also Zarya. Oh boy, I played a lot of Zarya. Anyway, fun fact, for over a year or so, I only played the girls in Overwatch. I never touched the male characters. I didn't need to. Like, most of the girls were just fun to play. And then they nerfed them, and then I just was like, fuck it. I don't care anymore. I really do not care anymore. The game was just patched so into the ground.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is, I'm into it. But yeah, NFTs, I just keep saying, all the big companies told their investors, we're going to do that. Everyone was like, they are doing this shit. And then no one did it. None of them did it. They showed fancy things to be like, look what we can do. Like, yeah, and then they didn't do it because there's a reason why, EA basically said in the last investor calling, oh yeah, we've been using, AI and learning to, do stuff like speed up, tool usage in engines or, have good terrain algorithms in world generation. And then they were like, oh, but Gen AI? Yeah, so like some people just click stuff in the chat and then, oh boy, just randomly a game appears and it's using our assets even. Oh boy, and then everyone was like, oh yeah, so this is how the guns look like in the next Battlefield game. That's actually the interesting part. And the investors were like, oh, you can just generate games with like a chat message, and it was like, it was a maze made of cardboard boxes. It was the fakest trailer ever, and the investors were like, "Oh, this is such a great thing they show us," and like, yeah, they're gonna say later, like, "Yeah, it turned out it was too hard to do, but you know we're still doing the other stuff." That's what they're gonna say. It's like, yeah, duh. They're not. Again, why would you do that? You're shooting yourself in the foot if you do that. Like you know the funniest bit about that is? You know what the funniest bit about that presentation is? Because investors are like, look, they're just making the machine, TM, where you can just type in the game and it makes the game. No gaming company ever would do that. No. Because you know why? You know why? The thing is, the only real parts where, you know, some would even consider using Gen AI, and even then it's worthless, is maybe artwork. And there you quickly realize it's worthless. Because you would need to train it on something, and it would need to be on stolen data. But let's just say, you know, it's, you know, Trump is there anyway now, so who cares? That regulation is just flattened. It won't, because, you know, Disney will be like, fuck you, don't train on our data. Like, again, basically everyone who's holding any kind of, you know, shit won't do that. The thing is, paying an artist is less work and less money to actually get that algorithm going in some form. That's it. That's
Also,
it.
you don't have to worry about the whole issues with
Stolen stuff?
you call
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're like, but then people are like, but what about generating, you know, objects in a game world? Again, they need references. And you know what? For that, when they say, oh, we're using our own databases, thing is to have that actually varied and complex. The database they have to create on their own would cost millions, but also that database itself would be more valuable than the algorithm using it. So why?
Yeah.
It's stupid. And the game generating game, you know what? Editors and shit? Yes. User created content? Yes. But generating games? It's the same reason why Superfest failed. Because, you know, East Germany created a glass that didn't break. And no one in the West wanted to buy or license it because they were like, we're selling glass. Why should we sell glass that doesn't break anymore? So no one would want to buy that glass anymore. And fun fact, that happened in the East, by the way, because their thing was like, we don't have enough glass. What if you solve it by just having glass that doesn't break as much? So, bars that usually have to, you know, rebuy glasses and such shit, like up to, I think, 80% of the inventory every year, because they just break. That's just a thing. They suddenly didn't need to do that anymore, because the glasses barely broke. So at some point in East Germany, everyone just had enough glass because it didn't break anymore.
Yeah.
They just made too good of a glass, and that just was the downfall. So yeah, why would any game company create the game that creates games? It's stupid. Again, editors, modding, a lot of them are actually very much like, yeah, we're looking at that, because you never know what comes out of a mod. You never know who you could hire from modding. But just, you know, letting every Otto create a game with a few button presses, that's stupid. That's just absolutely stupid. No one would do that. God, and now I just talked so much about fucking viability of stuff again.
Well, the other thing with so if we're talking about AI and
Mm-hmm.
we have to like say yes, there are parts of AI where it could be useful and not be like thieving when we're talking about non-generative AI, when we're talking about like
Machine
task-based
learning, yeah.
task-based machine learning that
Yeah.
basically makes jobs easier to do. And the way that I see that this is very valuable is that essentially you create AI that can assist a human in doing their job, where that human's partial role is oversight of that AI, of that AI's task in supporting the human. And in that way, each individual employee who has access to an AI could potentially be so much more efficient, which means that you can gain so much more profit out of that employee, which in my opinion is even more better growth and returns financially. Which it stuns me that no one has thought that no one seems to have like thought about or talked about this in large amounts like in industry, like in the industries. It just stuns me.
Well,
But yeah, so that's my kind of like understanding and stance on the whole
it can be used well.
situation.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway. Also, I think we should wrap this up a little bit. We know who we are playing next time, and you already. So Gonya's already testing shit out.
Yeah, I conquered the Congo.
Yay! Doing it very early.
You did. I need to do it early. Now I can colonize it. Isn't that nice?
Perfect. Anyway, oh boy, that is gonna be a long night. Well, let's see what happens. I don't know, I might be streaming tomorrow evening anyway, because, as some of you know, directed mode is out for Call of Duty Zombies, so we're gonna do the story of both maps before, the next one's out. It's hopefully gonna be fun. Otherwise, in the meantime, yeah, playing some games. Just got Mechabellum. That one is actually really fun. Oh god, I wanted to talk about that actually. You know about that?
No.
It's actually okay. Basically, it's an auto battler, but hear me out. It's not, in like an 8-person group or something. It's 1v1 or 2v2. And the basic idea is you have armies of mechs.
You get more and more resources, and with those resources you unlock and buy and give specific mech groups tech upgrades.
Yeah, and you place them down and stuff. So like it's really cool because you have like a really big set of abilities and such. I almost would love to stream it, but also I know Lena can't watch, so rip. It's really cool. Shit.
Yeah.
Do we want to actually just add a round of it at the end? I don't know.
Sure.
We're streaming anyway, so yeah, let's do this. Let's
you
do
want to.
this. Yeah, everyone. That was Vicky 3. Holy shit, it was fun. Just saving the game right now. Still a last time. Right. And end this one actually. So yeah, do not go out of everything here. Just reload. We're literally going to be back in a fucking second. Just gonna do that really quickly. Just 51 watchers, damn. So yeah, everyone, we're back in a second.